Hello, you guys. I am Maria, and I am the admin of the Money Making Esthetician Facebook group. I feel like Joe needs no introduction, but just in case for the two people in the aesthetic industry that don't know you, this is Joe Glow. Joe, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey in the aesthetics community, how you've ended up? I feel like you have that signature where you like blindfolded yourself at the skin game, which I thought was so cool. So tell us about yourself, your journey, and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, of course. I'm Joe. I'm a massage therapist, esthetician, and continuing education provider. I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, but now I live in a really small town kind of by Eugene, Oregon. Yeah, what I'm most known for is winning the Skin Games facial massage competition for the last 2 years and doing it the last year blindfolded. It's not about winning, just the connections and the community from events like the Skin Games and other events in our community are so important. We work in these little dark rooms by ourselves, so anything to connect with other people and things like this are so important to me. So yeah, I do my traveling classes now. I have my online course and I host trainings at my studio here in Oregon, which are really fun. Those are only 4 students, so it's super intimate. We get to have lunch together. Yeah, and I just love helping provide this information because so many people are looking for it. So it seriously feels like a dream coming true. And getting to travel for work has been really fun too. I always make my work trips fun. So I connected with Maria a couple months ago and we decided to do this Zoom call, which I thought was a great idea. So here we are.
So before we jump into it, because I am obsessed, I must say personally, because I'm still in the treatment room, I love the treatment room, but I have noticed such a big retention in my memberships, which is my biggest focus, and upselling, like my retention, my memberships. Also, when I trained my provider in massage, I felt like they continue to come back. So I always say it's result driven treatments with a spa like experience. Tell us a little
Yes.
bit about your course because it's also really difficult to find a course because sometimes, like, these courses get so hyped up. You get there and you're like, what's missing? So, how have you positioned yourself differently so we don't leave thinking something's missing?
Yes, totally. I love that. I also like how you touched on that results driven part. You can be results driven and offer a relaxing service. Like it doesn't have to be this polarity. You can do both and be a successful esthetician. As far as my course goes, what the two things that I find the most important are it's not just the face. We do neck and décolleté. The face is not isolated from the rest of the body. You can't just massage the face without working on the neck and décolleté. Like they just go hand in hand. I also focus a lot on the body mechanics because, yeah, it's cool what our hands can do and the flashy techniques and everything. But if you're doing it and you look like a shrimp or a croissant, you're not going to last that long in your career. And I really want you to have a successful career in this industry. So I really focus on, yes, this is what your hands are doing, but what should your shoulders look like? How should your low back feel? When your low back starts to hurt, why and what can we do to prevent that, to have that longevity in your career. Another thing that I like to touch on too is the anatomy. I translate it all from Latin because that's all that is going on is it's all Latin words. The muscle and bones are named from what they look like, what their function is, or what their location is. So really helping to decode that without just like brain dumping a bunch of muscle attachments on you, I feel like is a great foundation that you can build on to then get more specific.
I love that you bring on us the anatomy. I feel like especially because we are natural nurturers and like we love our things, but we kind of forget to take care of ourselves, which I have been feeling it. Since I started massaging, I'm like my hands at night are like tingling and I'm like I've never had this sensation before. So I love that you also teach us how to care for people, but you also teach us how to care for ourselves.
It's so important. You can't pour from an empty cup. And most of us, I would say, in this industry are people pleasers, and you really have to take care of yourself first.
We're pouring from an empty cup. Oh my God. I want to know, how do you guys take care of yourselves? Like, is there anything we should be stretching? Like, what do you do prior to the treatment?
Yeah, totally. So I love doing some stretching. I have some Joe Glow wrist warm-ups that I like to do while I'm stretching. My favorite one is a forearm stretch like this.
Wait, wait. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Uh,
Can you
Sorry
hear
about
me?
that. Yes, I can. I
Okay,
was
no
muting
worries.
somebody else. I'm sorry. If
No
you guys
worries.
try, if you guys, can you please mute yourselves? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. Yeah, stretching super important. I'm super glad that you bring on that. I have a whole stretching routine that we go through at my classes. One that I want to show you is this one, forearm stretch, so easy, and then
But
go other
so
way.
necessary.
Um,
I said, but so
So
necessary.
necessary. Yes, so important. The other thing that I want to highlight about protecting yourself in your treatment room is grounding practices. I know it sounds kind of out there sometimes. This can really be whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong. So whether that's energy clearing, saying a prayer in between appointments, like there's really so many things that you can do to protect your energy, protect your peace, and set boundaries with your clients, realizing that you can only do so much to help someone if they've got a lot going on in their life. You can't fix everything in one 60-minute facial. So, whatever grounding practices you have for before and after your services are so important. I have a little spray bottle with water and I put some tea tree oil in it. So, I spray that after every appointment, and that just kind of helps me visualize the energy from that appointment leaving so I can be fresh and renewed and present for my next client.
I do have a question about that, and I love everything you're bringing up. I love the fact that you're talking about us stretching, taking care of ourselves, our posture, because yeah, I mean, I plan to be here till I'm 70, but how can I do that if I'm not? I also love that you talk about clearing practices. Two questions, I guess. One, how long do you make in between each client? And I say this because when I was young, I was pumping them out. And now I'm like, I need 30, 40 minutes between each one. And two,
Okay.
what actually made you realize that you needed to clear the energy? Because it's so true. The longer you're here, the more you're like, wow, I really need this space.
Yes, I love that you were asking about that. So, I was the same way when I was like 21, fresh out of school, fresh dual license, like ready to take on the world. I would do like 8 to 11 appointments a day, and it was not healthy. Like, yes, I was making really good money being 21 years old, but home life wasn't good. I was always fighting with my boyfriend. I didn't feel present any time in life, and I was just doing way too much. So now, honestly, you said 30 to 40 minutes in between appointments. I do an hour.
I do sometimes too. Like if I'll sometimes take a 2 hour go. I mean, I live across the street, so like I will work all day, but like I have a lot of breaks in between.
Yes, it's so important. I really believe in quality over quantity. I would rather do two, three, four solid, high quality, luxurious facials a day than feel like I like BS my way through like 6 or 7 appointments. That way I can, take all the laundry out, stage, spray stuff, disinfect everything, turn the table over, wipe everything down. I have like a tea station, so I usually have to like clean up their teacup and any snacks and stuff like that too. In some Facebook groups, people have say like that's wasted time. That's time you could be making money, but you can't think of money as the only goal in this industry. Like it's more than just money. Like yes, it's our job, but there's more involved too.
So two things. I want to preface by the group is literally named the Money Making Esthetician. So I love making money. Yes, yes, yes. I'm never gonna say I don't love money. But with that being said, I also like to get I also think with that is connection with the client and connection with myself. I suffer really bad with terrible anxiety. So like I'm like I need an hour to like drink some water, eat, like recenter myself, especially as long as I've been in the industry because sometimes they trauma dump and you're like, "Whoa, what just happened?"
Yes,
Um
exactly.
is that what you were experiencing on why do you add that to your course like kind of how to make the energy so the estheticians know how to also protect them not just physically but like emotionally?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, especially in my full day trainings, that question always comes up, and I love to detour about it because, like we only see someone for 60 minutes. You can't reverse 50 years of sun damage in one facial. I can't reverse 30 years of working at a desk or a computer for one client in like a 60-minute service. So I think it's just about having realistic expectations and communicating those realistic expectations. So a client comes in for hyperpigmentation, you don't say, I'm going to lift all that pigment in one session. You say, this is going to take months to a year. It's going to take a lot of home care. It's going to take a lot of follow up. Are you willing to commit and invest in your skin? I think expectations and communicating them are so important in this industry to help protect our energy, just like this.
And my favorite question, because I do love making money, you guys, okay? How much do you charge?
The full day trainings start at 424. That's for the whole day. And that's the early bird pricing if you sign up 30 days in advance. I love the full day trainings. They're so fun. The traveling ones are usually 12 people. At my studio, it's 479, but that's because it's a very smaller group. The online course is 349.
How much do you charge for a facial for your 1 hour or
Oh.
your 90 minutes?
My 1 hour facial is 125. I have a 2 hour service that's a massage and a facial that's 220.
Which one is more booked out?
I do prefer to book out the 2 hour service. That way I know I don't have to like rush through everything in a 60-minute service. So I definitely mostly book that 2 hour service. I call it the Joe Glow ritual.
I love that. I also want to open up the floor for questions. You guys are welcome to turn on your mics or put it in
Yeah,
the
I
chat.
would love questions in the chat.
Are we going to do a little demo?
Yeah, yep. I've got my model on the table here. So whenever you're ready, I have a couple things that I want to demo. And if anyone wants to see anything, yeah, shout it out.
I'm also going to
Hi. Oh,
go for it.
sorry.
No, no, no. Go, please, please.
Yeah,
Hi. So I'm getting back into the skincare side of aesthetics. I'm currently a professional makeup artist, and that's what
awesome.
I was before I went to school for aesthetics. So I just continued it. And then I got into waxing. But now I want to get back into skincare. I don't know where to start. It's like, should I go work? I was thinking about trying to work like in a dermatologist's office, but a lot of them want you to have like med spa experience. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, it can be really overwhelming. It feels like there's so many avenues in this industry.
Hmm.
I'm huge for journaling, honestly, when I feel like overwhelmed and don't know what to do. I think journaling and brain dumping a page. So think about like when a client comes to see you, how do you want to make them feel? What tools do you want to be using? Do you want to be focusing on products? Do you want to be focusing on your hands? Especially when you get a med spa, they do want that previous experience, and it's sometimes hard. It's like, how do I get prior experience when I can't get a job to get that experience? So
Right.
that can be really frustrating too. There's a lot of skincare companies that have free education out there. The two that I like to shout out are SkinScript and Circadia. They have tons of free educational videos online. Like, we have the internet for a reason. Like, it's so great that we have it. So I would just watch some free trainings and see like, oh, maybe I like that chemical peel series, or
Hmm.
maybe I do like Joe's massage class, and maybe that will help me feel comfortable to start touching clients, or especially with yeah, like hair removal, it's so adjacent. So I think kind of
Hmm.
expanding your horizons can be exciting and a little scary. But yeah,
Yeah.
find some free education, Circadia Skin Script, or any other skin companies. There's so many videos out there.
Like this is the good thing about it because I already have a clientele and what I'm already doing, and they always do inquire about
There
facials
you go.
already when they
There
find
you
out,
go.
okay, you're a licensed esthetician. Like, okay, so I want to start offering facials, but I don't even know where to start with what products to use
I,
at all.
can I say something really quick? I have a
Hmm.
question.
Sure.
What are you currently doing now that you have your clientele?
So, like, what do I use as far
No,
as
because you said you already
promoting?
have a clientele. What services are you currently offering?
I'm a makeup artist.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So that is a great pipeline because it's people already asking and inquiring. So I wanted to just make a smooth transition into skin treatments. I've been out of it since probably I haven't done a facial probably since school, which was years ago. So I just
On
want the first step, like as far
Honestly,
as
what I
other
would say, I think
people.
that's great that you have all your makeup clientels. That's such a
Hmm.
great pipeline, especially because having healthy skin is the foundation for the makeup to look great. So I would
Hmm.
find like one or two of your top makeup clients, say, hey, I just listened to Joe and Maria's Zoom. It really inspired me practice facials. Can I practice like a 30 or 45-minute facial on you?
Okay.
Maybe charge them a model fee if you want. But I mean, just say, hey, I want to practice some stuff. They love you already. They're going to love anything that you do on them. So find one or two of your like top clientele and say, hey, can I
Hmm.
just practice on you and see how it goes? I'm sure they will be happy to let you.
I would say
Okay.
something really, really quick. So there's
Yes.
two different things because I specialize in facials and
Mhm.
I still feel like I'm a baby SD. So I could really empathize with what you're going through, which is one
Hmm.
of the reasons why I created the group is it just feels so overwhelming. And you're like,
Hmm.
where do I even start? I want to say there's
Right.
two different things. There is product knowledge and then
Hmm.
technique. So
Right.
those are very two different. So you can have the most product knowledge ever, and it's I also still train my estheticians when I hire them, and they're like, I don't even know what is an enzyme. So I would really
Mm-hmm.
hone in on the first time client experience, and I'll give you an example. I talk about this
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Kylie Jenner's best friend came in, and I burned her face with the cherry enzyme from SkinScript because I didn't have the product knowledge to know how to really focus on the first time client experience, which the
Mm-hmm.
first time a client comes, you want like a really gentle enzyme so you can predict what's going to happen. And then two, when they come in, why am I retention? Like then I got really good at product knowledge, and then I was terrible at like how I cleanse, how I massage, how I do the lymph.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed really my results have been better when I start doing a lymph massage. So when I'm focusing under the eyes, they look less puffy, more lifted, more rested. So
Mm-hmm.
I would look into what products, which if you look at my the money making esthetician, I have blogs on a bunch of skincare. Um, I would email them, I would check out their continuing education and
Mm-hmm.
ask for samples because everybody would give you samples, and then I would take a technique class. I would really
Okay.
focus on technique and the first time client experience because it's before you can even jump to like an enzyme and that kind of stuff, they need to come in at least two or three times, but by then you've already kind of like hooked them into a membership before you can start doing like advanced modalities or treatments.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
Okay.
my biggest spiel is two difference: product knowledge and technique.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love that.
Yes. Yes. Thank you both. Thank you for that. That really was helpful.
I'm also, if you send me a DM, we could also do like a, I don't know, just talk like friends, whatever.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
But yes, do the thing, take a chance, sleep in the net will appear. That's what I say. If you feel your intuition calling you to explore that, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I remember like technique, like when I bring my girls in, I can feel them shaking. Like the client can literally feel you shaking and you just feel an inexperienced touch. I don't want to be mean when I say that, but I also want to be very real that when I say that there's product knowledge, like, okay, you need an inhibitor, you need a chemical peel, but also the touch, like the product knowledge is what brings them in, but the technique and the touch is what keeps them.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
need both.
Mm-hmm.
Back to
Yeah.
Joe, sorry. I'm just so passionate about that. I am
No, I love
so
that.
passionate about
I
Right.
that.
was I was so intrigued. I was like, what else, Maria?
No, I'm
Uh-huh.
just I'm passionate and I feel like no like it's very overwhelming and you're kind of like I need to know it all and I'm like but there's two different aspects of it. And then there's retail, which is a whole nother like
Whole nother
layer to
lane.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
would
and
also go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hold you
No,
guys up.
tell me. Come back. What'd you say?
But like the thing about it is like, yes, you do have to start off with a clean slate, a clean base. Important skin is the foundation for everything. I mean, good skin is very important. But me doing makeup, that's a whole other lane that I can do that with my eyes closed. It's like whatever. But I have not been on the skincare side in so long and I do miss it. But it's like I don't like you said, I have to work on my technique. I have to work on everything from scratch because it's been so long. But when I was doing it, it was in school and I was doing it every day and I was good at it. So it's like I feel like if you don't use it, you lose it. So it's just basically merging those two worlds in, and it's hard because they're related, but they're not. It's like I can't explain it.
No,
I
I
can't
understand what you're
explain it.
saying. For sure.
Yeah.
Where are you located?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Got it. Are you doing any out there, Joe?
Atlanta is one that I'm trying to find a venue for. I will be in Greensboro, North Carolina in October, but I am trying to find an Atlanta location.
I would
Okay.
say too, you
Mm-hmm.
need to know your back bar and retail front, side, up, and down. I'll give you an
Mm-hmm.
example. I hired this girl and she was like, I am, she's working with me for like so many months. And I specifically pick out her protocol. I'm like, you don't deter from the first time client experience ever. So these are the products that will go on a first time client. A male comes in, she decides to pull out. First of all, he was the manager at Louis Vuitton or something like at Rodeo Drive. He comes in, she puts a blueberry enzyme on him for a
That
first
one's
time client.
spicy.
Yes.
That
Why
one's
are
fun.
you? He's also extremely sensitive. He is like 45. He is on the lighter Fitzpatrick. There is no acne, probably very sensitive skin. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "Well, why can't I use that enzyme?" My reply was, "The fact that you asked me that question is why you shouldn't use that enzyme." Like you should know your enzymes. Like you should know, do you need to break it? Do you need to not? And I say that very passionately because I've lost a lot of really good clients by not knowing my own enzymes. And I'm like, I will never let anyone go through that again if they ask me. So wherever you choose to start, make sure all these courses, Hail and Hush is a great place to start. That's
Yes.
really great for sensitive skin.
What is
Yes.
it called, hon? I'm
Hail,
sorry.
Hail and Hush.
Helen Hush.
Yeah. I personally love Korean skincare. That's like my jam. So
Mm-hmm.
I started with Pure Pro Aesthetics or Advanced as well, which I can DM it to you as well. And they have amazing customer support. So even with all these people, Helen Hush, Pure Pro Aesthetics, and Advanced Aesthetics, book a discovery call with them. And
Mm-hmm.
you should like while you're walking, while you're washing dishes, you're going to hear everybody kind of giving the same information about needing an inhibitor, needing a chemical peel, prepping their skin. They all kind of say the same thing, and then you kind of just turn it into your own.
Okay. Okay.
Book the discovery call for sure.
Okay.
I love facials. I'm sorry.
I did want to jump in and just say that Circadia has great education. I don't know if you're reading the chat.
Yes.
So look into them specifically because I love it because they're safe for all Fitzpatricks, which is really good when you're starting out. And I mean, like, they'll answer like any questions, and they have so many videos on consultations and like everything that you'll need in the treatment room.
Have you worked with Helen Hush?
I have, yes. I was just, yeah, giving that as well,
Yeah.
for her.
There's so many
Thank
options out there.
you.
Yeah.
There's so much
So
educational content out there.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
so
Good Lord.
excited.
I'm like, just watch the enzymes.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you guys do laser treatments?
I don't.
I
No.
heard that can be very tricky. I've heard some scary things, some scary stories about that.
It's not in my
Same thing.
scope.
Technique and product knowledge is what all goes back to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You got this. I believe in you.
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
and we're here. Message us with any questions.
Will do.
Do we have any more?
I,
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I, yeah, so I'm fully holistic and I only use natural products. I make a lot of this stuff. So why I've become really interested in like I guess deepening my knowledge of like massage and all that is really to get um I guess more results from a natural standpoint and just understanding like, like releasing the neck area and how that affects like our face and all that. So, um I guess my question is um how how did you start marketing that side of things? Like did you post videos or did you just kind of tap into the clientele you already had to I guess advance that side of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that question, especially the whole holistic, vegan, natural products, whatever word you want to use. Like that stuff is
Yeah.
on the uprise, in my opinion. I think like people are looking for that. So yeah, post videos of you working, post a picture of your studio, post a picture of the outside, post a picture of your products, do a live of you doing your skincare routine. I think the most receptive thing on social media is when you show your face. So I know it's vulnerable putting yourself out there, but make a little like 15 seconds, like, hey, I'm Joe. I'm in Brownsville. I offer holistic facials here. Here's the booking link. Like
Yeah.
make some content, put yourself out there, and then anything you can do to like make it yours. For me, like calling it Joe Glow facial massage, like that really helps it be like, oh, it's like this specialized thing. So it's kind of about like finding out what that is for you. If you have like a certain couple ingredients that you like to use in your homemade products, like dial in on that or something like that. Or that's what I would say. Yeah. But just posting anything you can, videos, pictures of your studio, you yourself doing laundry.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other
I also,
questions?
yeah, I also have a question. So, um, I primarily do facials, and I love focusing on facial massage and the benefits of it. So, I was like so excited for this class today. I like as soon as I found out, I blocked it on my schedule. I'm like, I'll make the time.
I love that.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, me too. So thank you so much. When you were starting out and getting the hang of things, you got a solid schedule, you had solid treatment and protocol plans. How did you transition your price changes? And because for me, when I do it, like time and experience means so much. But I guess communicating that to clients of like this is why it makes sense of a price change. How did you personally go about price changes and increases?
Um, I'm not the best with price changes. Maria, do you have any input on this?
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm like, yes, I do. So one,
Please.
I'll also connect you to Allison, who is our coach, who's amazing at price increasing. What I am doing, because I do what in Q2, what I do want to do is pick up my prices, but your girl got bills. So I started doing memberships, which really helped me with retention, cap it at a certain number just to make sure that my expenses and my I also really like to reward my loyal clients because some of them have been with since 2020 and they're like, hey, I've been loyal. They also come in and they buy $200-300 worth of product every single appointment. So I'm grandfathering them into my current pricing. And then, so I offer two. So my membership price is 150 and my a la carte is 180. So I was able to still grandfather people in who want to continue to come consistently. And then once I'm at a certain, I think I'm trying to get to like 20, 30 members. Once I get there, then I'm capping it. And then my membership price will be 180 and then my new price will be $30 up. So that is one. Or also just to help them, you can also lock them in into like maybe 6 packages. So like I'm gonna offer this at, and then you get like an influx of money. So like I'm gonna lock this in at a six, like here's 6 or 3 or 4, so they have their next 4 paid. And then the next time you come, you can either buy another package or you're gonna go for the new price, if that makes sense. Another thing that I think it's also validating the new value of the treatment. So I agree, time, the fact that you've taken Joe's class and it probably feels better. I love to add paraffin treatment to my membership so they feel like, oh, that's luxury, or I love to give them like little eye patches or something that's cute for the month that works. So maybe you can lock them into like a package or a membership. So you're kind of honoring them and give them like 3 months and they're not going anywhere. So they also have the time to feel your new technique. Because once you have that new technique, you can go somewhere else, but you're not going to replicate the same vibe. Like it's just not the same, you know? So does that make sense what I said?
Yes, I absolutely love that so much. I actually was considering kind of like a membership idea. Do you have that on your website that I could go like see your structure?
I do. So
Okay,
I have Wix and I connected it through Stripe. So
cool.
Stripe automatically does it. Um, and I have, throw me that baby. I actually have my memberships everywhere. I have it on my Instagram. I have it in the bathroom. I literally, you come in and you like scan it. And I tell everybody, if you decide to do the membership today, I'll refund the 180 and you can go 150. Or they'll go to the second membership, which is 225. Or who do you book with? Who's your like provider? Is
I
it
use Comb,
home?
Comb, Combworks.
But is that where people book? Is that your booking site?
Yes, that's my booking site.
Do they
And I
offer
think they
pack?
have memberships, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
got it.
Yeah,
I would do that. I would be like, hey, I'm going to offer membership. You have 3 months to get
yeah.
on the membership. If you're not on it by 3 months, my prices are going up in 3 months.
Okay.
Because
And
you
then I
still
also
lock
had a,
in, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you still have money coming in.
I love that. Okay, this would fit into like so much of my lifestyle and what I'm like trying to transition my business to be. So thank you so much. I have another question regarding memberships. When you already have a full schedule, if someone has a membership and they want in, like, you probably encourage booking out a ways, just so they lock in their day. But like if it's like a booked out schedule and someone's like, oh yeah, I have a membership, I want to come in and get that done. And you're like, I'm booked out. Like, what do I do? Like, what do you do in a situation like that
So they
that
don't
doesn't
leave.
overstress you?
So they don't leave without an appointment. So say they come in today, I'm like, all right, I'll see you in 4 weeks. And they already kind of know that I'm booked. So they will book in 4 weeks. If like I had a instance, a client she's on my Saturday schedule for Saturday coming up. She wanted to move to Friday. I was like, well, I only have 2 p.m. on Friday. She's like, it's okay, I'll just keep it. So they do know they're keep it. And on the appointments, it does say if you don't use it, you lose it. And they really respect that
Right.
too. But it's also like when they come in, they get like water and snacks, and we have a great relationship. So they respect me, but I also, you know what I mean? But so
Yes, that
to
makes
answer your
sense.
question, nobody leaves without an appointment. You're not allowed to leave without an appointment.
Okay, I love that. Thank you so much. That is very helpful.
Okay, and then keep us updated if you do the memberships.
Absolutely, I will.
Ashley
I'm
has a
gonna jump
question.
on your site like right after those. If I have time
It's
later today, I'm gonna
that
check
one
it out.
is the beauty plug. The beauty plug
Okay.
by Maria. So I have two.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Thank you so much.
I also have packages on there as well.
Okay, I love that option too.
I just have one thing to say about the booking websites. So I wanted to change over to, I see that you use Wix, Maria. So I wanted to know what everybody else uses as well, just so I can like, keep my options open. Right now I'm using Style Seat and I hate it.
I
I hate
have
Style Seat.
three actually. So I have Wix that's my my website,
Mm-hmm.
and then I use Stripe, and then I use Square. So,
Okay.
but they all integrate. If
Okay.
you need help with a website, because your website designer will help you, if you
Mm-hmm.
go to the Money Making Esthetician, there's a blog about what to do for your website.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because right now I just have a booking site and it's just Style Seat and they take so much money.
How much
Like
do they take?
they take a ton of my money.
I also like
Canva
Wix.
has free websites. You can't take payments through there, but Canva, they do have a
Okay.
website. I made one for another business I have. Absolutely love it. You can hyperlink in there, but it is free if you have it's like Canva, like their all access is I think 12 or 13 a month. So I mean free quote unquote.
I have
But
a question.
for a website, that's pretty good. And I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
I do have a question. For the Canva one, do they allow you to do blogs, newsletters for like
I
SEO
believe
purposes?
I believe so. So you can actually use their Canva AI, and you can um, create like a page. So you can make like a landing page. You can make some what's it called? Almost like Excel. So you can have like these pages that you can get their information. You can get their email address, everything like that, and it will keep track of it in like an Excel, like it's not Excel, but it's like it, but Canvas style. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So you can like hyperlink all those things.
I love that. I would
Yeah, it's
also check
amazing.
if you're not using it, because I like to use forms. So like when I go to like pop-ups, I have them scan my QR code to go to the pop-up, and then it puts them into my like system, and then I can retarget them later for like sales or whatever. And then I really like blogs as well, because that's how I get really great SEO, so people in my area find me.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So check that
That's a
out
good
and try
idea.
it, because it really does help. I get like 4 hyperpigmentation clients a month off that, which to me, I think that's great.
I think we should get to the demo just time-wise, kind of
Got
keep
it.
things on track. I'm glad that we talked about all that. Is that cool?
Yeah, sorry, Joe. We
No
totally,
worries. No, I'm glad that we talked about that because website stuff is so overwhelming.
I know. But we're all here to see the Joe Glow magic. Woo! Our handsome client.
Yes, the handsome client. This is Jake.
Hello, Jake. Thank you for being here.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about, can everyone see? Good.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So the first thing, this isn't a facial massage technique, but client intake is everything, right? So asking our clients, like Maria was talking about that first time client experience, for the first time I have a new person, they get an extra 30 minutes with me just so we can talk about their skincare routine, allergies, things they notice about their skin, occupation, lifestyle, how much water they drink, right? There's so many things that we can talk about. So go back to your Milady book if you need to work on your intake. If you have your insurance company, they probably have like an intake form that you could use to help you go through all those things. Intake really is so important. Think of Maria talking about that first time client experience, right? I also like to do a physical intake, right? So before I go straight to getting my first cleanser on their skin, I've got to feel their skin without any product, right? Does it feel congested? Does it feel bumpy? Is there texture? Do they like turn red really easily? So here I'm just feeling the skin on the décolleté, noticing how much the skin moves, feels warm. Up here I would look for like congestion, milias, any breakouts, right? So do a thorough intake, skin analysis, palpation, whatever word makes sense to you, that is so important, right?
When you say the skin moves, why do we have to pay attention? Like, is there different ways it moves?
Yeah, so that's kind of like looking at the fascia a little bit, which is that layer underneath our skin. So see his cheeks move quite a bit. So I would say his fascia is not that restricted here. Some people, you won't get any movement, right? And that's because their skin is so dehydrated. The fascia is really locked up, all these adhesions going on. So that's something that I want to observe before I put product on my client, right? So kind of seeing, because they should have some skin elasticity, some skin laxity, right? Like I should be able to like lift his cheeks up a little bit like that. So if I wasn't able to do that, I would put that in my soap notes, right?
And that's when we sell a package of 6. Just
Yes,
kidding.
exactly. You would say to maximize your results, we're going to do X, Y, and Z treatment. You need to use this home care, right? Those
Or
clear expectations.
you're gonna need a
I
six
like to
month.
start on the shoulders and the décolleté. So here I'm just doing some rocking shoulder compressions. Slow. This is a great way to start your facial. Touching the face is really intimate, right? So if we can start here on the shoulders, kind of press their shoulders out of their ears, we're all in this position, right? I do this for honestly 2 to 3 minutes. Skin analysis, consultation, palpation, rocking shoulder compressions. Here I hear one of his shoulders clicking a little bit. Like I said, the neck and the décolleté isn't isolated from the face, right? Everything's connected to down here, so I want to start down there. Especially for like lymph, right? Like Marie was saying, we got to start around those collarbones. That's where the lymph drains into the chest cavity from the head and neck. And I come back here to his neck. I still haven't applied any product. Working the back of his neck. Coming up till I feel that occipital ridge. Do we all know what that is? That bump at the base of your skull. So many muscle attachments back there, right? This brings me up to the scalp. I love a good scalp massage. Anyone else? The secret when it comes to scalp massage is honestly slow and intention. There's no crazy techniques that you got to do. It's really just about your intention and being slow. So this is where I kind of start counting. So I'm like 1, 2, nice and slow. Also notice the movement isn't just coming from my hands. I'm hinging at my hips for every revolution, right? So circle, lean forward, circle, lean back. If I was standing, I would take a wide lunge. Think of like a yoga warrior stance. And the power's coming from my body, right? So I'm not here in like shrimp or croissant mode. I got my joints stacked. Getting the top, the sides, and the back of the skull, right? We've got muscles that go from our forehead all the way to the back of our head. So loosening the scalp as well as the neck and the décolleté is seriously the key to working the face, right? Scalp massage is great to do while like their mask is chilling or their enzyme is chilling, right? Also, if they're under like an LED panel, that would be really good too. Here, I was using my fingers. Now I'm going for full palm contact on his scalp. I'm seeing the tissue move around, right? So I'm like sliding his scalp around on the skull. I'm not just like washing his hair. I'm literally dragging that tissue around, and that's working that fascia that we talked about earlier, right? Next, we'll do a product application. I like to use jojoba oil. I have my massage oil that's going to be ready in a couple weeks, so I'm really excited for that. It's going to be called Joe Globa oil.
I'm like, tell us about it.
Yeah. It's going to be in a bottle just like this, but it will have a label and be an official product and everything. It's just pure jojoba oil. The reason that I did that is I want it to be a base. I love to mix like any kind of mask with my massage medium. Sometimes you just need like a little bit more of a glide. So that's why I wanted it to be jojoba oil. Especially for like full body massage, I do a lot of like myofascial Swedish type massage. So the glide that it gives you is really perfect. It mixes well with cream masks, with gel masks. Like it's the perfect foundation for you to customize any massage medium. So I usually use the SkinScript Goji Berry mask. Right now I have their Botanical Bloom one, which is more of like a gel cream, but it's meant just to be the foundation for any kind of facial massage. And that's going to be out in a couple weeks. I can't wait. So when I do my purposeful product application, I warm the product up. I'm using the whole surface of both of my hands. I'm going on the décolleté, and I'm doing it with purpose, right? So I'm not here just like this as I'm applying my product. Intention, intention, back of the neck. Any opening effleurage strokes you already do in your practice, keep doing that, but just slow it down. So many times I hear it's like, oh, I need to learn more techniques. I need to do more this. And while that's great, just slowing down and really thinking of your intention during your service is everything. Forehead. Don't forget the nose, upper lip, ears. Ears are so important, right? So many little muscles around there too. So here on his ear, I'm just circling the perimeter, gentle tugs in all directions. Notice here, I'm working this ear, but I have this hand up here anchored on his forehead. This is what we call a mother hand in massage. So I'm stabilizing his head as I'm working down here. That way he knows where both of my hands are the whole time. So it's just a way to really make your client feel safe and secure in your treatment table. So think of your mother hand as your non-working hand, right? Got my product on. Gonna start at the décolleté again, right? So like I said, with being estheticians, with working at computers, we're all in usually these hunched over positions, right? So anything that I can do to open that chest up is gonna be major, as well as help with all the muscles that are pulling our neck down this way, right? So I'm thinking about working from the sternum to the shoulder, opening the chest, right? So I just stack my hands on each other and going slow, I'm opening the chest, right? Once I get the hands down, I'm going to start lunging with it. So I'm going to lunge. That lunge is controlling the speed of this move, not my hands, right? I'm also not getting on top of my client like this and hurting ourselves. I'm taking a low stance. That's going to help me give the pressure that I want for this move, right? 6 to 12 slow ones on each side, whatever number calls to your mind. I usually do 8, kind of like counting it out like a dance routine. Lunging, other side, match what I did. Nice and slow. Now I'm lunging my right leg. That's controlling my speed. That's your shoulder move, opening the pecs. Now let's work the neck. Again, keep it simple here. It's your intention, right? So what I like to do is I like to use fists. I'm back here in his traps, and I'm kind of just like rotating, trying to go all the way up to that occipital ridge. Think about how you would want someone to rub your neck. That's always what I say. So nice and slow. As much surface of my fingers as I can. I'm focusing on this part of my knuckles, the first phalange. About 2 minutes here, nice and slow. You could alternate. So here I'm going to go up the left side. As I come down, come up the other side. Alternate. That kind of puts me in, this is what I call a samba now. Any kind of dance or yoga or Pilates references you can make is seriously the secret. I can petrissage his traps. Petrissage is kneading, picking the muscle up off the bone. So here my fingers are going under, my thumb's on top, and I'm just gently petrissaging that trap, noticing how his body reacts, not forcing anything, right? So that is your trap move. I feel the skin getting a teensy bit dry, so I'm just going to get a little bit more product. Again, do a purposeful application. Now let's work on the face a little bit. When it comes to the face, what I like to think about is this midline of our face, pulling things out and up, right? That's kind of our goal with any skincare treatment, right? We want to lift and enhance natural beauty. That's usually how we say it on like spa verbiage, right? So I like to start it here on the forehead. I'm thinking of pulling things outwards, right? So I'm just using the base of my hand and pulling that corrugator laterally. That's that little muscle under our eyebrow. Using the heel of my hand, working laterally. That means towards the side of the face, right? So we all get like scrunched. We all get really a lot of muscle tension in that third eye area, right? So anything that I can do to pull it up and out from that area is going to be huge. Again, 6 to 12 is always what I say. Pick a number that works for you. I like to do 8. So I'm going to do 8 passes. Here, nice and slow. Notice I'm not rushing through everything. I feel like I used to feel a lot of pressure that I had to do a lot in a service and like be doing cartwheels and handstands and like overexerting myself. And that's really not what it's about. It's about just slowing down and having that intention in your service, right? Other side, same thing. Notice I've got this mother hand going on. So mother hand is on the right side. I'm using my left heel of my hand to drag from that third eye towards the temple. Literally visualize that corrugator, muscles of the forehead, orbicularis oculi, so many things getting scrunched into that midline of the face. I might finish with a mirrored pass, so now both of my hands are working over that midline, and I'm going as slow as I can, keeping my joints stacked. To take it all the way to the hairline. Might start going into the scalp a little bit. Any questions so far?
I'm watching. I'm like the mother hand. I like the mother hand and know sometimes it's beneficial to isolate an area, but is there a reason why when you work on the ear, you should do them at the same time?
You could do the ears at the same time. Yeah, usually when I demonstrate the mother hand is like, if I were to have his neck turned over a little bit and I'm working maybe like this lateral side of his neck, I do it for comfort so he knows where both of my hands are the whole time. Maybe here I'm doing like some gentle stretching so this mother hand is kind of just like guiding his head back and forth. For me, again, it just comes down to like the client knowing, feeling secure, you know. So if I only have one hand, the client might be thinking like, oh, what's their other hand doing? Are they getting a tool? Are they like mixing something up? Like, why don't they have both hands on me? So I just kind of think of it from the client's perspective of them maybe start getting those racing thoughts of like, where is the other hand? Like, why is only one hand on me? Nice and slow. I like to go along the jaw here. So many muscle attachments, right? That platysma muscle on the front of our neck, that's that flat muscle. So here I might be getting the mandible. If you know me, I love to skin roll. So this is working the fascia right. So when we were talking earlier about why we want to test how much the skin moves before we get product on. If their skin and fascia is really dehydrated and locked up, it's going to be harder to get this roll of skin going on. So the more that you work the skin, the more that they use their home care products, the more they come to see you for a treatment, you'll be able to lift the skin and lift that fascia. We call it lifting subcutaneous tissue. We'll go over this in the online course and my in-person class. This is great for circulation. Right, circulation is what skincare and massage therapy is all about, doing something to the skin that prompts a response of circulation and healing. That's like the secret with any skincare or massage treatment, right? Gonna do that on the other side, nice transition. So when I finished on this side, I'm not just gonna pick up my hands and go to the other side, right? So here I was doing some cheek rolls. I finish, I break my hands, I might go up his cheeks, then I might gently move him to the side, work the other side, right? Transitions are everything. Keep your hands on your clients, make up a little like effleurage dance in between, but no need to rush. Down here, he's got some stubble going on, so I'm just gonna go in the direction of the stubble, but don't be afraid. I did a live yesterday of me giving myself a beard and doing all the massage and cleansing and stuff over my beard to show you that it is possible. So let's recap. Intake, thorough skin analysis, palpation, go through your Milady book if you need. I highly would recommend reach out to your insurance company. They probably have intake forms that you could use as a reference. You can go to my website and look at my intake. I'm sure Maria has some references she would love to share. So client intake every time, no exceptions. I do 30 extra minutes for a new client, right? Rocking shoulder compressions. That's how I'm going to introduce my touch. Thank you.
How do we feel about massaging with gloves? I've noticed a lot of estheticians. I'm sorry. I've noticed a lot of estheticians don't use gloves for facials, besides for like extractions.
Yeah, I get this question a lot. It comes down to personal preference. There's no right or wrong. So go off what your state regulations are. In Oregon, it says you have to wear gloves when you're doing something that routinely involves blood exposure. So advanced treatments, waxing, extractions, yes, absolutely gloves. For cleansing and massage, that should not regularly cause blood exposure. If it does, you're doing something very wrong. So just go by what your state regulation says.
Great answer.
Yes.
I don't like gloves in the beginning anyways. But
I mean,
extractions always.
yes, like extractions, waxing, micro needling, peels, all that stuff. Yes, absolutely. With me being a massage therapist first, like I'm just all about like the human connection, right? And the touch.
What do you see people doing incorrectly?
Doing incorrectly. Again, I think just trying to do too many things. So here I could like have an approach where I'm doing this and I'm like trying to get his neck and then I'm up here on the face. I think that's like the biggest thing that I see people doing incorrectly is trying to do way too much, like trying to do everything all in 1 second. So like if you can just do 3 of these on the chest, come around here, work the neck for maybe 10 seconds. That's going to give such a better experience to your client than like being like, oh, I got to hurry and do my second cleanse, and then I got to take my lunch, and then I got to work on this, and then I got to do that. Just slow down, be intentional with everything, right? It's not about doing more, it's about the way that you do it.
So I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I've heard of starting with the shoulders because it relaxes everything and then moving up to the face. Um, so I usually like have spent about 8 minutes on the shoulder area and décolleté and then about 8 to 10 on, well, like 10 actually, on the face and scalp. Um, do you feel like it brings more relaxation just from observing your client if you start at the scalp or if you start, I guess, focus at the scalp first or focus at the décolleté and shoulders first?
I would say focus on neck and décolleté first, especially if you can do 8 to 10 minutes of neck and décolleté massage first. That's huge. That's already putting you in like the top couple percent of estheticians because that's so important, right? We've got the platysma here that connects everything, SCM, scalenes, arteries, veins, our breathing ways are literally our spinal cord, tons of nerves. Like the neck is such a passageway to the head. So we can't really get much going on here if we don't start here, right? This is the trunk of the body. I want to start here, then work my way up, right? That's opening the circulation, especially for lymph wise. So if you can do 8 to 10 minutes of neck and shoulder before the face, like that's huge. Sometimes I just do scalp as like an introduction to touch, just to kind of introduce my touch a little bit too. But yeah, neck and décolleté for 8 to 10 minutes, that's fabulous.
Okay, thank you. And I like that the added bonus of like working on the scalp and then continuing would even make it like cherry on top massage.
Yes,
Like I want that
love
done.
that cherry on top massage, exactly. Anything else? When you take my class, we'll do all kinds of fun moves. So I like to work this way from the table, right? This is what I call Hulk smash. So I'm literally just going for as much surface area on his head as I can. Follow your intuition, make stuff up. Some stretching.
When it comes to the scalp,
Yeah.
do you have any tips on hair pulling?
On hair pulling, it's about 50-50. Some people will like it, some people won't. So I would just have it like maybe a question on your intake form because it's going to be very mixed feedback. I don't usually do it. Sometimes in trainings, I've had girls like start braiding hair or something, which I think is cool. So yeah, just it's very client specific. But I don't usually do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, totally. Any other questions? When I'm all done, maybe we could do some grounding techniques, right? So any yogis? I like to think of Shavasana, right? That's at the end of a yoga practice where you just lay there for a couple minutes. It's meant to just let the body integrate all the energy exchange, all the body work that you just did, right? So I'll do my towel, finishing products, whatever that involves, right? He's got his sunscreen on and we're all done. That's where I'm just going to have my hands here on the chest. And we could do some guided breaths. If you do any Reiki or if you do any like prayer or intentions, I like to set my intention before the service. So here I'm just kind of like visualizing my intention. I'm thanking it, kind of visualizing like a white light clearing all the energy from our service, right? And then I kind of like think of like flicking the energy away from our service. So here I'm using very light effleurage from the sternum to the shoulder, flicking it out to the floor. out to the floor, out to the floor. To Potman is also great. That means to tap, drum, or to pat. I sometimes even will do to Potman down the arms, kind of gently waking them up. Shaking, rocking, jostling is really great too. So here I'm just very gently shaking side to side. That's kind of giving him the mental cue that we're about to be done. Essential oils are really great for grounding too. So I have my little spray bottle and I have tea tree oil in that one. Earthy scents are really good for grounding too. So this is cedar wood. So I might put a couple drops on a tissue and do like 3 guided deep breaths with them to finish. And then just make it clear that you're done, right? So here when we're all done, I would say, okay, Jake, we're all done. Take your time getting dressed. I'll be out of the room. When you're done, come out and we'll go over your home care products together. Just make it very clear that you're done, right? So all your grounding techniques, and then a visual cue, you know, saying, thank you, we're done, take your time.
Yay!
Yay! Any other questions? How we feeling?
Everybody's clapping.
Woo!
Fantastic. You know what I love? I love how you're like, we had to cartwheel and handstand. 100%. I feel like we for sure have been sold. You just got to do too much, but like that's not like doable if you're pumping out so many, you know?
Yes,
Um,
less is more. Less is more. I really mean that.
yeah, but I could only imagine too how relaxing and grounding it also is for the client because sometimes you're doing so much that you're like, what's happening?
Like you said earlier with your client that was having shaky hands, your clients can tell that energy is immediately transferable. So, yes.
Okay. Any more questions? Where can everybody find you?
My website is joeglow.co, joeglow.co. Follow me on Instagram, joeglow. I would love to connect with you all there. I'm going through everything. Someone said I'm cute. Thank you. When in the treatment do you typically do massage? All of it. All of it, especially second cleanse. I love a second cleanse massage. A protocol? Sure, I could put together a protocol.
What's
Um,
everyone's?
so so yeah, upcoming trainings. My next one at my studio in Brownsville, Oregon is April 1st. I'm having one in Poughkeepsie, New York, April 11th. Chandler, Arizona, the end of April. Salt Lake City, the beginning of May. In June, I'll be in Casper, Wyoming, and Spokane, Washington. I'll be at the Skin Games in March. I'm really excited for that. Come network. You don't even have to compete. Just come attend. But we'll be having the face massage competition. The networking there is just fabulous. So yeah, that's my upcoming events the next couple months.
Keep us updated in the group, Joe, on everything you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you guys all for your time. The replay is going to get sent out via newsletter, also with Joe's class, which I already did post in the group and his Instagram. I'm putting the Money Making Esthetician website if you guys want to join the newsletter, and all your stuff is also posted in the group already, and we're posted a couple of times throughout the month as well.
Yes, love that.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Maria.
Bye.
Bye.